We're back with the first show of the new year, and we are kicking it off right with model, host, and fashion guru Hanna Bee Tucker. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Songs just for you, you fashionista, you. Yeah,
thank you so much.
Hey guys, welcome back to TomGirl. So excited. I missed you guys so much over the break. We're back kicking off the first show of the new year, and we have an awesome guest this week. True TomGirl at heart. I'm your host, JJ Jurgens. You can follow me at TomGirl TV, and I'm here with Hanna Bee Tucker. Hey, Hanna.
Yeah, hey, you can find me at Hanna Bee Tucker on all social media platforms.
Well, thanks so much for coming and kicking this year off.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And yes, I am actually a TomGirl at heart, even though I'm all things fashion.
I love it.
On the outside.
Yeah,
so.
That's what it's all about. That's why the tomgirl, tomboy, the girls like to bring in the fashion, you know,
of course,
and throw that in there.
Of course.
Why do you say that? You were telling me in the break, like, why you really feel you're a true tomgirl?
I grew up like in the fields. There was nothing around but like dairy farms and like cornfields and coyotes crossing the street. So I'd play in the mud. I liked horses and all that jazz. So yeah.
Where was this that you grew up?
Gilbert, Arizona.
Okay.
So now it's not so much fields and in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot going on now. But all those memories are fantastic. And yeah.
Do you have a favorite like tomgirl type of memory as a kid?
This is definitely tomgirl. I would we had canals where I lived, and so I'd go to the canals and I'd find tadpoles and I would catch them and I would keep them as pets. Is that weird?
No, I love it.
Yes, that's like one of the greatest memories.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, we're going to dive into your career a bit because there's so many things that you do, so many wonderful things. Let's first start out. So you were a model, and so you were an Abercrombie model and some other things. So talk to us a little bit about your modeling career.
I started when I was 13. My mom was like, I don't know, how to do your makeup. Your face is different than mine, so let's send you to a class, And so I did this. It was like makeup, modeling, manners, all sorts of things. And the teacher was like, you should actually really do modeling. You should actually really try it. So I thought, okay. My mom was like, yeah, right, that's not you at all kind of thing. And I was like, no, actually, I think I really want to do this. So I submitted to a couple agencies in Phoenix, where I'm from, and one of them picked me up, and that was kind of the beginning of everything. And I think one of the very first jobs I ever got was Dillard's. But this agency also got me, the agency Arizona, shout out to you guys, they got me Abercrombie. So that was a really fun experience as well. It was really cool. I think I was 15 when I got that.
I think he already flashed through that picture,
Awesome.
so that was up.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Thank you.
You also you pursued it full time after high school.
Yeah.
And that put you on some travel and some adventures. So where did you go from there?
It did. So I originally was thinking Thailand, Germany, where do I want to go? So I ended up going to Shanghai, China for 3 months, and that was a pretty crazy experience. The culture is just so different over there. I had to get used to the foods. They have these really good purple yams and things like that. But it was a really cool experience. You meet so many different people, and yeah, it was just awesome overall, the 3 months. And actually, I think the whole entire time of being there, I didn't actually see the sun one bit because it's so cloudy there. So I was definitely more in the city area, but totally different experience. I really wanted to see the Great Wall of China there. Never did. Maybe I'll have to go back for that. Maybe. We'll see.
Did it affect you never seeing the sun?
It kind of did, actually. I got really pale, lost my, glow. I'm like, come on, where is it? But yeah, it was, overall, I don't, regret anything. And it really was a great experience overall. So.
And then you also spent some time living in New York.
I did. So after Shanghai, I was supposed to go to New York for 2 weeks, and I was, and then a little bit longer. I like called my mom up and I was like, hey, you know, I actually really like it here. I'm gonna live here. And she was like, okay, go for it. You
As
know?
in, like, I'm not coming home, I'm just staying,
Yeah,
or did you go home?
Oh
a
no,
little
I
bit?
never
Just
went home. I stayed
Right.
there. I straight up stayed there. I got my own place with, you know, a roommate and stuff. So yeah, that was a great experience as well. Getting to see the modeling world there and how different it is compared to China and things like that.
So I think a lot of listeners out there probably want or have model dreams, such as you. Can you tell them more about modeling in New York? I mean, that's the big city to be
Oh
in.
my gosh, there's so much competition there. It really is crazy. I would say, you know, when you're first starting out in modeling, especially like New York is more high fashion, and that's where New York Fashion Week takes place. So that's the hub of all things editorial and things like that. So versus LA, it's more commercial in LA. So you're gonna get more of your like Sunshine Beach shoots and, you know, Macy's fun, smiley kind of stuff. But overall, like, you know, when you're starting out, kind of see what your niche is, and because each market is different. I really wanted to do New York. I'm actually a little bit short. I'm 5'8", so I was always the shortest one at every single casting. I was the shortest model hands down, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. So I still kept on with it. But yeah, just don't let anything hold you back. Like, I made New York work, and people were like, I don't think so. And I was like, yes, so. So yeah, just find what you want to do, find your market niche, and go with that.
Any other tips as far as like what you learned through auditioning or through the selection process, or even just navigating the city?
Totally. One thing, like navigating the city, for sure, like you have to carry your whole day with you, so be prepared for that. You get a workout just walking around the city, so you're covered. But when it comes to actual castings and stuff like that, there's pretty much always going to be like tons of girls there, because usually, you know, it's not like a cattle call, but you know what I mean. So basically, you can't like let it affect you. Because I know, like at first, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many pretty like women, and you want to compare yourself, but don't compare yourself, because you never know what the client's looking for. They might want your exact type, you know. So don't doubt yourself, and just keep at it. Confidence is key. I know that people say that all the time, and it sounds so cliche, but it really is. Like, just sell yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You also are a host.
Yeah.
And one of the things you've hosted was Fashion Week.
It was.
So how was that different, going from model to host?
Oh yeah, it was kind of like my little transition road kind of thing. I knew I wanted to do some TV. When I was modeling, I booked a job that was at Rockefeller Center for it was New York. Not New York 1, it was New York Live, and I loved it. I was like, I want to do what they're doing. You know, I was just wearing the clothes for like a fashion little runway segment, and I saw the hosts, and I thought, you know, that's actually maybe kind of a good, you know, route into the TV world. So I started doing Phoenix Fashion Week TV, actually. They needed a host, so that's kind of where I originally started with the whole like TV realm. And from there, I had some connects in New York, and they asked me out there, and from there I just kind of started networking and getting other jobs as well for New York Fashion Week, and it is such a rush. It is so fun. But, you know, it definitely was like the perfect route to get over to, you know, television world.
So, because you changed when you said such a rush, tell me some of like, let us in on that. Like, what did you see, or how did it feel, or, you know, what did you experience?
It is so crazy backstage. Like, I know you probably like see on TV where they show like, you know, girls like go, 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 changing, blah, blah, blah. It really is that, and you're just in all of that. And there's, you know, high level security, and you see celebrities in the front row and their camera crews, and it's so cool to kind of be a part of that and sneak in there and grab an interview. Nigel Barker was one of them. It's really cool. He was very nice. And then Rainey Jackson for like another one. So some very cool people that you wouldn't expect to see, or, you know, be able to be right there. I think it was after a show, and it's just madness. Everyone wants to go backstage after the shows, and I was waiting to go backstage. I think I left my stuff back there, actually, but Adam Lambert was like right there, and I was like, hello, you're just like right there, okay. So that's like a really big part of the rush.
Did you say hi to him?
I didn't. I didn't. I was like, I'm just gonna act normal, So, but yeah, no, he seemed like very down to earth and very cool. But yeah, that's exactly like just like the rush of it and being able to experience like what the models are backstage and what the celebrity life is like a little bit too, just seeing what they're doing.
And because of the pace, did you really have to come up with your questions fast, think on your feet, be just ready to go with it?
Definitely. I've learned that the best way to be on your feet is to already be prepared. So like even though you're improvising, it's already prepared. You prepare to improvise kind of thing. So, I'd think, okay, what's my day like? But it really was, you don't know who's going to be there. You don't know who might show up or who they might ask you to interview. So it's definitely a lot of just, okay, we're winging it,
Yeah.
So that's when that preparedness comes into play a lot.
So you got more of the television bug there.
Yeah.
And so then that led you, what was the transition to moving out here to Los Angeles?
I went from New York back to home to finish school, and I did some radio out there. I thought that would be a great way to kind of, keep myself in that realm, as well as do something, I enjoy, and that was kind of my merge out here. I'm still with the radio station out there, but I did some on-air for, weekends and overnights. So that was a really fun experience.
I think we have a photo, Anthony, we're going to jump just a bit. I think we have photo number 11 is of Hanna. Sorry. There you go. Yeah.
The out of control room. Yeah, totally. But yeah, that was a really fun experience as well.
Now, I got to ask, because it seems like these other jobs, you've just wanted to do it, you put it out there, you asked somebody for it. Like the Phoenix hosting one, did you just, once you knew you wanted to get into Fashion Week, did you just write somebody and ask for that hosting job to do at the Phoenix show, or how did that?
It's so funny. A lot of connects usually come from Instagram. I know it sounds crazy, but social media like really does do you wonders.
How I found you.
Yeah, literally, exactly. So like any advice for anyone out there that wants to do it, find the networks out there that are doing it and just message them, Google them, find their emails. That's like, just hustle it. And then once you're like in there with one, everyone knows each other kind of thing. It's like pretty much any industry. So you just kind of, end up meeting people, and then you kind of work those contacts as well.
So the radio station, did you contact them and reach out and want to get, because I know you said you kind of started from the bottom there and then worked all the way up to the host.
Yeah, so basically, it's so funny. I had a friend who was in radio and wanted to do fashion. I was doing fashion and wanted to merge into the radio, so we kind of swapped places. So she helped me out there, and I know her from junior high, actually, which is so funny. But I basically was like, hey, how does this work? Like, how do I maybe like tour it, or can I see the radio station? She's like, yeah, they're hiring, girl. And I was like, okay. So so she took me in and just kind of let me see it and give me like a full tour. And yeah, they were hiring. So I asked and I applied. So yeah, it's like, again, like knowing people and working the connections and stuff like that.
And then working hard when you get there and being willing to take a lower job to get where you want, right?
Exactly. Like working hard and being willing, just being willing to take any lower position or anything like that will get you very far.
So back when you did make it to host there, were you mornings, afternoon? What was your role?
I did overnights and weekends. So it was, again, more of like a beginner slot, but it was really cool to still be like a part of like the host and to be on air. So it was top 40. So, you're Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, all those songs. I always say that in a row, and I'm like, I shouldn't say that. But now they're back together, so I can say that. I can say that.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, so it's like that kind of music. And I just, would introduce the songs, talk in between. And it was really cool to be able to, it's actually like, I don't think it's anything you really get used to, like hearing yourself. I don't think you ever do. But it is really cool. And I'm like, you're in your car and I'm like, oh, that's me, okay. And then but it was a really, really, I'm honored to have that opportunity, definitely.
And were you solo on your show?
It was solo, yep, so it was just me, literally maximum 20 seconds talking in between songs, so you're keeping the listeners informed, and then you're on to the next thing. That's all all about what that kind of radio is next thing, get to those songs and have fun while doing it.
Did you have people giving you what you were saying in between there, or were you responsible to come up with it?
There's kind of like a guideline. So there's a couple different options. You can intro a song, you can talk about a competition, you can talk about entertainment news, but basically it's kind of like free for all. Like with that little guide of, those four, there's always 4 to 7 breaks per hour, depending on what shift you're doing. And you basically kind of do what you want as long as it fits the brand. It was really fun to kind of just create, what I wanted to say. So it's really cool.
Ah, that's awesome. Yeah. All right. Let's move on and talk about, so let's talk about some of your hosting here.
Yeah.
So talk about, you have your own show at AfterBuzz TV.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I'm part of the fashion panel, and we're currently talking about Project Runway All-Stars right now. So it's getting really intense. So you better tune in on Thursdays. 8 p.m. is when we go live. So it actually is very intense. So so definitely tune in for the excitement, and we're gonna have a lot of guests on as well from the show. Last week we had Scotty, who's the official makeup artist for Project Runway. So it was really cool to hear what he had to say about the behind the scenes and things that you wouldn't usually hear about a show. So it was really fun.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have a favorite on the show?
Actually at Fashion Week, I got to talk to Kelly Dempsey a little bit. She's one of the designers on the show currently, and she was so fun, really cool to talk to. And she has very bold, fun designs. She's known for her fanny pack, so she has like sequins fanny packs. It's kind of like part of her, it's like her thing. So I'm really excited to see how far she goes and how, I'm sure she's gonna do very, very well. And I'm excited to watch her.
Who are you? We'll talk fashion a little bit because we just talk fashion here too.
Yeah.
Who are you? Have favorite designers?
Oh, I've always had a thing for Kate Spade. I usually go for like the New York chic, trendy streetwear thing. But Kate Spade, I like it because it kind of sticks to that, but it brings me out of my box because they have bright colors, and it still is like, it's wearable business wear that you can kind of like wear out, and that's really important while living in New York because you don't have access to your car where you can keep your things. You have to bring your whole day with you, so it's perfect to be able to wear something, transition from the workplace into maybe drinks with friends or something at night. And then I love Zuhair Murad as well. They actually, Catherine Zeta-Jones, we'll be talking about very soon, was wearing it, but they are just the opposite spectrum in that they're glam gowns, it's always like sequins, incredible silhouettes. I love a good silhouette, and so I'm really excited always for their clothing, and whenever it's worn on the red carpet, it's just like, oh, amazing.
Do you have any personal style, like, either tips for people in the new year or pieces that are like your go-to, like I have to have these certain boots, pieces that you
Oh, always. I'm wearing them now, actually. Black pumps, that are, I drive in them, I keep them in my car. I think I have 3 pairs of them. They're like a staple for my closet, because you can pretty much wear them to work, and then wherever, they're just very flexible piece to have in your closet. And then I guess I'm kind of wearing my other staple too, a leather, like a faux leather black jacket is perfect because, especially on a rainy day like it is here, it's great to have. And then it just, again, goes with everything, and it's just a flexible piece that you can just throw on top, and it looks chic, and you're ready to go.
Awesome. So, what do you see as any trends in the new year? Anything particular to look out for? Oh, I kind of put you on the spot on that one.
No, I think, well, it's funny because there's so many trends that come out, but I think it's always great to, for me personally, I always kind of stick to, what I want. I like to be a rebel. So, that's also, part of fashion is you don't always have to follow the trends. It's, fun too, but that also is, style and being you. So that's also, a really cool thing, I think, as well as, you don't always have to follow them and still be stylish.
Yeah.
So.
Can you talk about, because you'd mentioned Instagram earlier, and you do a great job of kind of promoting your own fashion look on your Instagram and your feed. You get a good idea of, your personality and things you like. Can you talk about how that process has been for you, kind of, because you have a bunch of followers now, and how you've gone to, developing your Instagram and your look?
Yeah, totally. I think a big thing is, it's always hard to find to not wear the same outfit. You always try to like not wear the same thing, especially, you know, as a fashionista, and that's definitely one of the hardest parts. And one of the biggest things that's helped me is literally just finding designers out there. There's so many designers that are willing to work with you, and if you just email them and say, hey, can I borrow a look for some photos, and they will probably love it and they'll want the photos too. So that's like a great way to vamp your style, not wear the same thing more than once, and then also kind of help them out. So it's kind of like a win-win for everyone.
That's great advice. If you guys are hopefully listening, she's just saying ask for things.
Yeah.
Are you amazed by how much you just like, you know, once you ask for it, it comes?
Yeah, it is crazy. It's like if you never would have asked, you never would have had it. But you never know. You always might get like a no. But why not? Because someone's gonna say yes, and why not if you're helping them too?
Yeah.
You know. So
Exactly. Great advice. All right, so we do have some picks let's do our little Golden Globe fashion pick for
I'm so excited.
Thursday.
Okay.
So these first two will be the ones that you picked.
Okay, so first one is Catherine Zeta-Jones in Zuhair Murad. As I mentioned, it's one of my favorite designers. She is 48. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah.
This is like all sheer. She looks amazing, and not only does she look amazing, but the dress is absolutely stunning. And of course, in black, as the whole Me Too movement was taking place and really pushed at the Golden Globes Awards, which was really awesome. So also points for that.
For sure.
But
yeah, she was one of my picks too. I told
Yeah?
you that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yes, I loved it too.
That's awesome.
Okay, and then we have one more. There you go.
Yeah, this is Saoirse Ronan in Versace, and this is just like, she looks so well put together to me. I love this gown, and it's very sleek, and I really like the fact that she's playing on the whole woman empowerment thing, where, I mean, I could almost see her in like a tux, you know, with her hair slicked back, and then the really strong shoulder pads there. And I always go for a modern look or something that's, you know, chic with the geometrics and straight lines, and the silhouette on this dress is beautiful as well.
Yeah, I love how the side sequence, like it ties,
Yeah,
fits in to
it
really
gives
kind of give it a
her-
form.
Yep, gives her shape. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I had another one, and you can correct me if I mispronounce this. Armani Privé.
Yeah.
All
there
right.
we go.
All right. So this was Allison Williams, and I just liked it because it's hard to see some of the details in the photo, but I liked that it had a little pop of color on there, and just kind of different than everything you saw there. And I liked how she kind of kept it clean with the choker and the pulled back hair, and I just thought it was a nice kind of classic,
It is.
take on it.
It is. I like that there's a pop of color, and you really can't go wrong with like just keeping it simple and classy. Never can go wrong with that. It's like the little black dress thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, she looks just stunning there as well.
And these, Jessica Biel is just always one of my favorites.
Yeah.
A total Tom girl, and I just feel like she always looks beautiful every time. And then she, of course, has the best piece of accessory available with JT.
JT.
Yeah. So they made my pick as well, and they
That's
both
awesome.
are in Dior, so I like their look.
Yeah, they're stunning. They're just a beautiful couple, like all around. Just had to put that out there. And I've seen them both in interviews, and they seem so fun, like such a
Yes.
fun-loving couple, and they're always down to have a good time. But she also looks very stunning in this as well. Which designer did you say it was?
Dior.
Again? Dior. Oh, Dior.
Yeah, and I just like that they're so supportive of each other, and he's
They
got
are.
his Time's Up pin, and this was all about her that day, so it was very complimentary, and all the work that she did for the center and support. I love to see the support, and
Yeah.
like you said, they just seem like fun people that you want to just go snow skiing with and hang
Totally.
out and have some
It's like,
drinks.
rent a cabin for the weekend. Let's hang out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this will go ahead and lead us into each week we do a Tom Girl of the Week. So I'm going to pick, the ultimate, I don't even want to call her Tom Woman of the Week, Oprah Winfrey, just because, her speech was fantastic. And she's
my
always
gosh.
been just such a great trailblazer and just somebody for all of us to look up for, and she just did not disappoint with her speech that night.
No, and she also looks incredible with her gown. But I did see this on, again, Instagram, and her actual, the video of her speech, and I literally got the chills. She just put the right emphasis on the right words, and I was just so taken back, and I was like, yes, Oprah, yes. So,
If
Thank
any of
you
you
to
haven't
her.
seen that, the full thing is up, of course, on the internet anywhere. And I mean, she just, one thing for us, for what we try to do here, you know, with TomGirl, I'll just read a tidbit of it. She said, I want all girls watching here. So I want all the girls watching here now to know that a new day is on the horizon. And then she goes on, when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say me too again. I'm not doing her justice, but just because I'm not going to try to, you know, she just had so much heart and emphasis, and I just love that she's still giving her message to knowing that all the girls out there like look up to her. And so we'll see if this, do you think this presidential campaign, you know, is going to go, it's going to happen?
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past her to go for it. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, me neither. And I gotta say, I would like to, I would like to see her battling some of the Trump stuff. So it would be fantastic.
She's definitely great at speeches, so she's already won me over there.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
agree. All right, so let's get into, you had a little, you're also a big fitness person.
Yeah.
So we were going to talk a little bit of maybe some of your fitness tips and things that you like and things you could help people out who maybe have some fitness goals out there for the new year.
Totally. I always like to balance running and doing like free weights and stuff in the gym. Life is always about like balance, I feel like. Another thing that I like to focus on is, I know like probably you've heard it before, it's like eating throughout the day instead of like 3 main meals. I started doing that like not that long ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, this works. So I've been, it's like, you know, you eat to like feel satisfied instead of full, and that's just like, you know, it's like listening to your body, really. So sometimes when I'm working out, I'll like skip something because I know it's like I don't feel like doing it, but at the same time, it's like, listen to your body, like give yourself some credit. You're already at the gym, you know. And then the other ones just go full force and put all your effort in. Something my mom always says is you get out what you put into it. So, and it's so true. But yeah, it's something you can't take like so seriously all the time.
And you had said maybe instead of trying to do like a certain number of reps or something like that, you messed around with the time and the length.
Time, yeah, especially for abs. Like I'll give myself 8 minutes to do a couple different, and I'll just run different like exercises, and I'll run through them really quick, like 3 or 4, and it's just like going hardcore at it, and no pun intended. And yeah, so basically I feel like I get more out of it when I put like a time on it. I mean, you know, it's different for everyone, but the 8 minutes, and I just do as much as I can in there, and then I'm like, done. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Instead of like different reps and sets. And
yeah, because sometimes when you see that big number, you might be like, oh, you know, I want to. If somebody sets a goal of, oh, I want to do 500 sit-ups there, you know, whatever. Then sometimes that number can be daunting. But if you put it as, okay, I'm gonna do 8 minutes sit-ups, it might seem like, oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's literally like when you're on the treadmill and you keep checking the time, and you're like, okay, 20 minutes. So that means 2 10s, which means really just 4 or 5 minutes. So that's all I have to get through is 4 or 5 minutes. It's like literally almost, you know, you don't have to break it down so much.
Exactly.
To make it easy.
But it is the games we play.
Yeah, just to like keep going. So,
yeah. Okay, let's also talk about travel. So you have some places that you've been to. I know we talked about a few of them before, but let's talk about your favorite go-to, like happy places that you love, and then places on your hit list of places to go.
Ooh, let's start with hit list. I can't say I love it, but I love the pictures of Greece. I really want to go to Greece. That's probably one of my #1 places that I'd like to go. I've just seen so many of my friends go for modeling as well, and it's just those white buildings, white, you know, beaches, clear water, that's just like rich seafoam green, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go there. You know,
and you
so much
always see
culture.
pictures too of the hotel. I don't know what hotel it is, but it's like got the infinity pool too, and then it's like it's all white and it's infinity pool, and then you see the sea behind. It looks amazing.
That's dream vacation right there.
For sure.
Yes. But I think one of the other places that I've been to that I enjoy is Peru. Literally was there for 2 nights and 1 day, so I barely got to see, like, you know, it was mostly night when I really was out seeing it because I was working the whole time. But it was a very cool, very different environment, very tropical, and at the time in the States it was winter, so, and then it was summer down there, of course, because it's south of the equator. So I'm like, what do I pack? I was like, this is so confusing. So I had boots that I wore, but then I had like a tank top. I was like, okay, this will work. Just throw on a jacket and then we're good to go. So yeah, it was really cool.
Is there a place that you've been to? Where's your happy place?
Happy place.
And it doesn't have to be like a big travel place. Just what, if there's a place that you go to that you enjoy, or like I'm a lake person. I love lakes are my happy place.
Oh, I've actually been to it recently. There's a place in Malibu where it's like a really secluded beach and not very many people are there, like ever. And to get to it, you have to take this, like the beach is over here, but you have to go this way. And then you take a tunnel under the street.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's my favorite.
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. And I just discovered it actually for a photo shoot, which is really funny. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to go here more. So that's kind of like my new happy place.
When I first moved out here years ago from Nebraska, my mom's cousin was taking me around, and the first thing he took me through was Canaan Drive, and we went through that, and then we did the whole like loop under the tunnel, and I'm like, what is this? Because you see the paid beach that like where the big parking lot is in Malibu, but you go left. Have you done the little hike there yet?
No, I haven't.
I just did that for the first time last week or 2 weekends ago. Yeah, for the New Year, because I had never, all the time I had been, I'd never gone up on a little trail up there. So next time, take the little trail, and it goes around, and then there's some gorgeous views of those private beaches. It's
I'm
amazing.
going to keep that in mind.
Yep.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay, so for our last topic here, we got to talk some sports, because your family, you said you just grew up completely sports, and you have a lot of athletes in your family. So tell us about that.
I guess that's kind of where the other Tom girl inside me is, not just the farms and mud and stuff. I always say, like, I come from a jock family. That's just like, how I identify myself, I guess. So my dad was really big into water skiing. My mom did professional volleyball. My brother currently is doing college football, and my cousins also did pro football. So it's kind of like, I have to call myself a sportswoman a little bit there. But it's funny because I think I did like 1 year of volleyball, and other than that I was just like, no, modeling, but I still like follow a little bit of what's going on, and I enjoy a good game. I do enjoy watching a good game. So
did your family, did you do a lot of activities together growing up?
It's pretty cool because with my brother being in college football, they always do a thing for families for holidays, like for example Thanksgiving. It was our little tradition, or is our tradition, to all stay in one house, everyone, all 8 of us now, because my sister's married now, so
so you gained one.
Yeah, exactly. So we all stay in one house for 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks, and we do fun activities, and the team will throw on like a family dinner. So it's really cool to kind of meet the team and to be able to hang out with my brother, who otherwise wouldn't be able to leave as well. So we kind of go to him, and it's a really, really fun experience.
Who is he playing for?
Right now, he's in transition actually. So he was at Stanford, and now he's looking at some other options. So we'll see where he ends up. So it'll be really fun.
I tell him Nebraska.
Nebraska? Okay, I'll let him know.
We just got a new coach. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then your mom, so pro volleyball. I just got to ask real quick, so who did she play for, or where did she play?
This is bad, I don't even know the name of the team, but it was beach volleyball.
Okay,
so,
that's what I wondered.
A lot of that beach stuff.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
But yeah, it was for a little bit, but she loved it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, well, quite a family.
Oh yeah, lots of sports,
That's great. Okay, so tell us what is coming up next for you. Where can people look out for you to see you doing? You got a secret project in the works?
Yeah, I do. So basically, besides 8 p.m. AfterBuzz, fashion TV. Look out for that. Besides that, basically, I do have a special project that I am working on. And yes, it is fashion related, and it's actually an app. So just be on the lookout for that. No set launch date, but I'm very excited. And I'll tell you, it's basically easing and giving you access to fashion and what you wear every day. And just... be on the lookout.
Very mysterious. All right, we can't wait.
Yeah, I'm very excited to share it with you guys when it's out. So.
All right. Well, anything else that you want to add or talk about before we wrap?
I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
All right, and tell everybody again where they can contact you if, you know, there's people out there that have any questions about modeling or just to contact you. Where should they reach you at?
Of course. You can reach me at my social media at Hanna Bee Tucker. Just send me a message in the DMs and I will get back to you.
All right. Well, thanks again for kicking off the new year with us here.
Thank you.
So much fun. Guys, we're back, so I love to hear your comments and hear what you guys think or things that you want to talk about. So write those comments and I'll read them and reply. Thank you so much for joining us again, and we'll see you again next Tuesday.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.